New York City is where legends came to live. It is also where many of them came to rest. In this video, we visit the most stunning celebrity graves you can visit in New York City. Duke Ellington died May 24, 1974, age 75. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. The most prolific composer in American music history, whose orchestra played for over 50 years. Miles Davis died September 28, 1991, age 65. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. The most innovative musician in the history of jazz, who reinvented the genre at least 5 times. Max Roach died August 16, 2007, age 83. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Bebop drumming pioneer who expanded the role of percussion in jazz and became a voice for civil rights. Lionel Hampton died August 31, 2002, age 94. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Vibraphonist and bandleader whose energy and showmanship made him one of the most beloved entertainers in jazz. Celia Cruz died July 16, 2003, age 77. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. The Queen of Salsa, the most celebrated Latin music artist of the 20th century. Irving Berlin died September 22, 1989, age 101. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Songwriter behind God Bless America, White Christmas, and roughly 1,500 other songs. Herman Melville died September 28, 1891, age 72. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Author of Moby Dick, which was out of print at the time of his death. Joseph Pulitzer died October 29, 1911, age 64. Entombed at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Newspaper publisher who endowed the prizes that bear his name at Columbia University. Bat Masterson died October 25, 1921, age 67. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Legendary lawman of Dodge City who spent his final years as a sports columnist in New York. Nellie Bly died January 27, 1922, age 57. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Pioneering journalist who traveled around the world in 72 days and whose undercover asylum reporting changed American law. Elizabeth Cady Stanton died October 26, 1902, age 86. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Pioneering suffragist who co-organized the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848. Coleman Hawkins died May 19, 1969, age 64. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. The father of the tenor saxophone as a jazz solo instrument, whose 1939 Body and Soul changed improvisation forever. Milt Jackson died October 29, 1999, age 76. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Vibraphonist and founding member of the Modern Jazz Quartet for 4 decades. Johnny Hodges died May 11, 1970, age 62. Buried at Flushing Cemetery, Queens, New York. Alto saxophonist in Duke Ellington's orchestra for over 40 years. King Oliver died April 10, 1938, age 56. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. The man who brought Louis Armstrong to Chicago, buried without a headstone until 1994. W.C. Handy died March 28, 1958, age 84. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Father of the blues, who composed St. Louis blues and Memphis blues. Fiorello LaGuardia died September 20, 1947, age 64. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. 3-term mayor of New York City who read the funny pages on the radio during a newspaper strike. Jay Gould died December 2, 1892, age 56. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Railroad magnate and financier who once tried to corner the entire gold market. F.W. Woolworth died April 8, 1919, age 66. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Retail pioneer whose 5-and-dime empire grew to over 1,000 stores. Vernon Castle died February 15, 1918, age 30. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Half of the most famous dance team in America. killed in a training flight accident during World War I. Leonard Bernstein died October 14, 1990, age 72. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Conductor and composer who wrote West Side Story and led the New York Philharmonic for over a decade. Jean-Michel Basquiat died August 12, 1988, age 27. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Graffiti artist turned art world sensation, whose paintings now sell for over $100 million. Louis Moreau Gottschalk died December 18, 1869, age 40. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. America's first internationally famous pianist, who collapsed during a performance in Rio de Janeiro and never recovered. Boss Tweed died April 12, 1878, age 55. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. The most corrupt politician in New York City history, who died in jail after stealing an estimated $200 million. Henry Ward Beecher died March 8, 1887, age 73. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. The most famous preacher in 19th century America, whose sermons at Plymouth Church drew thousands every Sunday. Samuel Morse died April 2, 1872, age 80. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Inventor of the telegraph and Morse code, who sent the first long-distance electronic message in 1844. Horace Greeley died November 29, 1872, age 61. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Legendary newspaper editor who founded the New York Tribune, ran for president in 1872, lost to Grant, and died 3 weeks later. Du Hum-Me died March 9, 1843, age 18. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. A young woman of the Ojibwe Nation who traveled to New York as part of a delegation and died of illness far from home. DeWitt Clinton died February 11, 1828, age 58. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Governor of New York and champion of the Erie Canal, which transformed the city into a commercial powerhouse. Charles Ebbets died April 18, 1925, age 65. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers who built Ebbets Field. Lola Montez died January 17, 1861, age 39. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Irish-born dancer and courtesan, whose affairs with kings and composers made her the most notorious woman of the 19th century. William Holbrook Beard died February 20, 1900, age 76. Buried at Greenwood Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Painter known for satirical animal scenes, who became one of the most popular American artists of the Gilded Age. Judy Garland died June 22, 1969, age 47. Originally entombed at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Remains moved to Hollywood Forever Cemetery in 2017, a star of The Wizard of Oz. Ed Sullivan died October 13, 1974, age 73. Entombed at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Host of the most important variety show in television history for over 2 decades. Thelonious Monk died February 17, 1982, age 64. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Pianist and composer whose angular brilliance on Round Midnight changed everything about jazz. Malcolm X was assassinated February 21, 1965, age 39. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. One of the most powerful voices of the civil rights movement, shot 21 times at the Audubon Ballroom in Washington Heights. Paul Robeson died January 23, 1976, age 77. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Singer, actor, athlete, and activist, blacklisted during the McCarthy era. Aaliyah died August 25, 2001, age 22. Entombed at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. R&B singer and actress killed in a plane crash in the Bahamas at the peak of her career. Basil Rathbone died July 21, 1967, age 75. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. British actor who became the definitive screen Sherlock Holmes across 14 films. Joan Crawford died May 10, 1977, age 73, cremated Ashes interred at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Hollywood star whose career spanned 5 decades from silent film to television. Jerome Kern died November 11th, 1945, age 60. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Broadway composer behind Showboat and Old Man River, who helped create the American musical. Moss Hart died December 20th, 1961, age 57. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Playwright and director whose collaborations with George S. Kaufman defined Broadway comedy. Diana Sands died September 21st, 1973, age 39. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Acclaimed stage actress who starred in the original Broadway production of A Raisin in the Sun. Sergei Rachmaninoff died March 28, 1943, age 69. Buried at Kensico Cemetery, Valhalla, New York. The last of the great Romantic composers who fled Russia after the Revolution and never returned. Danny Kaye died March 3, 1987, age 74. Buried at Kensico Cemetery, Valhalla, New York. Beloved comedian, singer, and actor known for The Court Jester and his tireless work as a UNICEF ambassador. Ayn Rand died March 6, 1982, age 77. Buried at Kensico Cemetery, Valhalla, New York. Novelist and philosopher whose Atlas Shrugged became a foundational text of libertarian thought. Lou Gehrig died June 2, 1941, age 37. Buried at Kensico Cemetery, Valhalla, New York. The Iron Horse of the New York Yankees, who played 2,130 consecutive games before ALS forced him to retire. Tommy Dorsey died November 26, 1956, age 51. Buried at Kensico Cemetery, Valhalla, New York. Big band leader whose orchestra launched Frank Sinatra's career. Billy Burke died May 14, 1970, age 85. Buried at Kensico Cemetery, Valhalla, New York. Actress best known as Glinda the Good Witch in The Wizard of Oz. Anne Bancroft died June 6, 2005, age 73. Buried at Kensico Cemetery, Valhalla, New York. Oscar-winning actress behind The Miracle Worker and The Graduate. Babe Ruth died August 16, 1948, age 53. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. The Sultan of Swat, the most famous athlete in American history. Billy Martin died December 25, 1989, age 61. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. Fiery Yankees manager hired and fired by George Steinbrenner 5 separate times. James Cagney died March 30th, 1986, age 86. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. Iconic tough guy actor of Hollywood's golden age. Sal Mineo died February 12th, 1976, age 37. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. Oscar-nominated actor best known for Rebel Without a Cause, stabbed to death outside his apartment. Fred Allen died March 17, 1956, age 61. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. Considered the funniest man in America in the 1940s, whose radio show drew 20 million listeners a week. Dorothy Kilgallen died November 8, 1965, age 52. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. Newspaper columnist and panelist on What's My Line for 15 years. Scott LaFaro died July 6, 1961, age 25. Buried at Glenwood Cemetery, Geneva, New York. Bassist whose revolutionary work with the Bill Evans Trio redefined jazz rhythm. Killed in a car accident at 25. Jessica Dragonette died March 18, 1980, age 79. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. The most popular female singer on 1930s, American radio, drawing audiences of 60 million listeners. Westbrook Pegler died June 24, 1969, age 74. Buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. Pulitzer Prize-winning newspaper columnist who became one of the most controversial voices in American journalism. Louis Armstrong died July 6, 1971, age 69. Buried at Flushing Cemetery, Queens, New York. The most important musician in the history of jazz, who lived in a modest house in Corona, Queens for nearly 30 years. John Coltrane died July 17, 1967, age 40. Buried at Pine Lawn Memorial Park, Farmingdale, New York. Saxophonist and spiritual seeker whose A-Love Supreme pushed jazz to its outermost limits. Count Basie died April 26, 1984, age 79. Buried at Pine Lawn Memorial Park, Farmingdale, New York. Leader of one of the greatest big bands in jazz history. Billie Holiday died July 17, 1959, age 44. Buried at St. Raymond's Cemetery, Bronx, New York. The most emotionally devastating vocalist in American music, arrested for narcotics on her deathbed. Alexander Hamilton died July 12, 1804, age 47. Buried at Trinity Churchyard, Lower Manhattan, New York. The first Secretary of the Treasury, killed in a duel with Aaron Burr. Robert Fulton died February 24, 1815, age 49. Buried at Trinity Churchyard, Lower Manhattan, New York. Engineer who developed the first commercially successful steamboat, transforming American waterways. Albert Gallatin died August 12, 1849, age 88. Buried at Trinity Churchyard, Lower Manhattan, New York. The longest-serving Secretary of the Treasury in American history, who co-founded New York University. John James Audubon died January 27, 1851, age 65. Buried at Trinity Church Cemetery, Washington Heights, New York. Naturalist and painter whose Birds of America is one of the most valuable printed books in the world. Clement Clark Moore died July 10, 1863, age 83. Buried at Trinity Church Cemetery, Washington Heights, New York. Author of A Visit from St. Nicholas, which invented the modern image of Santa Claus. Ed Koch died February 1, 2013, age 88. Buried at Trinity Church Cemetery, Washington Heights, New York. Three-term mayor of New York City, who guided it through near bankruptcy in the late 1970s. Fay Wray died August 8, 2004, age 96. Interred at Hollywood Forever Cemetery, Los Angeles, California. Canadian-born actress who starred opposite King Kong in the original 1933 film. Harry Houdini died October 31, 1926, age 52. Buried at Machpelah Cemetery, Queens, New York. The most famous magician and escape artist in history who died on Halloween. Cab Calloway died November 18, 1994, age 86. Buried at Ferncliff Cemetery, Hartsdale, New York. Bandleader and singer whose Idaho call made him one of the most flamboyant entertainers of the swing era. Ethel Merman died February 15, 1984, age 76. Buried at Shrine of Remembrance Mausoleum, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Broadway's most powerful voice, who originated roles in Annie Get Your Gun, Gypsy, and Anything Goes. George M. Cohan died November 5, 1942, age 64. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Broadway legend who wrote Over There and Give My Regards to Broadway. Robert Moses died July 29, 1981, age 92. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. The master builder who reshaped New York City with highways, bridges, and parks for 4 decades. Roland Macy died March 29, 1877, age 54. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Founder of the department store empire that still bears his name, Gertrude Vanderbilt. Whitney died April 18, 1942, age 67. Buried at Woodlawn Cemetery, Bronx, New York. Sculptor and art patron who founded the Whitney Museum of American Art. Butterfly McQueen died December 22, 1995, age 84. Donated her body to the Medical College of Georgia, remains later cremated and placed at Decatur Cemetery, Decatur, Georgia. Actress best known as Prissy in Gone with the Wind, who spent decades trying to escape the role. Jackie Robinson died October 24, 1972, age 53. Buried at Cypress Hills Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. The man who broke baseball's color barrier with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. Gil Hodges died April 2, 1972, age 47. Buried at Holy Cross Cemetery, Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn Dodgers first baseman and manager of the 1969 Miracle Mets. John Lennon died December 8, 1980, age 40. Memorial at Strawberry Fields, Central Park, New York. Beatles legend remembered worldwide for his music and activism. Theodore Roosevelt died January 6, 1919, age 60. Buried at Young's Memorial Cemetery, Oyster Bay, New York. 26th, President of the United States and winner of the Nobel Peace Prize.